with the school caps on their heads, and they with the school caps on their heads, and they had the tassels hanging down the school cap. And they came back to the hostel in the hot fury, holding the college. I'm not going back to school. I'm not going back to school. I said, what's upsetting you? He wanted to go back and finish his till 16 at least. No, he said, I'm not going back. I said, now why? What's upset you? He said, I've just been into Myers. That's a big story last night.
Can I get past
the
you,
boys
please?
walked around with tassels on their hats. Your school caps.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had tassels. I said, they didn't. He said, they did. So I thought, I'm going to get the boss with it. And true, they did, but there was a prefect of it at the high school.
Hate you
At that
coming
time,
over
the
that way.
prefects wore tassels on their hats to show they were prefects.
Okay.
And that was why he wouldn't go, said he wouldn't go back to school.
That's silly.
So he said, I'm going to go to I'm going to try and get on paper. I said, please yourself, that's what you want. You do it. I honestly thought I'd say, well, you come back when you've done your last year, you know.
You come back on what?
When he's done his last year at school.
Yeah.
But he hadn't left school officially.
Yeah.
So he goes on to the advertiser, and they wanted to take him in the accountants department or something like that. Accountants, I think it was.
Being the great math student he was.
And that was what he wanted.
Yeah.
He said, no. He said, I said, well, if you want a job, it's a job to start with. No, he said, I'll never get into editorial that way. He said, they'll keep me in the accountants department. And he really wasn't that way inclined at all.
Mathematically.
So then he went over to the news, came back. I said, what's that? He said, got a job. And he was only there for like when he was at Highland.
Okay.
He was only there ever such a short time. And his eye went and he had to go to hospital. And then he was fighting over his job. So I went to see the bloke who was in charge of the coffee boys. And he said not to worry, he would have his job when he came back. I said, he's going to be at work for a long time. He said, doesn't matter. He said, his job will be here. And of course we won't give him any sick pay, because he hadn't been there long enough.
Yeah.
I said, it doesn't matter about the sick pay, it's his job he's worried about. And he was.
Jane, you're being a real jerk.
That was his own thing, yeah.
Would you take her away from me, please?
I'm not, it's not my job. to
William,
take
do
her
me a
away.
favor.
What's she doing anyway?
She's sticking her tongue out behind Grandma.
Jane, come on.
Sorry, yeah.
Jane.
He got his job in the news, and that was it. Now Duncan, I wanted Duncan. He got 2 scholarships for him, yeah, when he finished school, high school. And he got the offer of what did they call it? He got the offer of a teaching scholarship you could have, or applied maths, to study applied maths. And I said to him, what are you going to do? I said, don't be a teacher. I didn't ever want him to be a teacher. I said, don't be a teacher. I think it's a lousy job teaching. I said, they'll never get any just do that anybody for teaching. I said, the money's poor. I don't know, he said, I want to teach, you know. I suppose you please, that's up to you. But I was hoping and praying you'd get this applied, don't do applied maths. And he used to always lay on the floor full length when we had a problem.
He used to what?
Lay on the floor full length when we had a problem. And put his hand and think his problems out. Then he get up and he knew exactly what he wanted then.
Thomas, William was down there.
James, I'm speaking to Grandma. Don't interrupt.
I know, but Will was down
Okay,
there.
go away.
Don't you bully.
He's always a jerk. James, that's not yours. James. James, I'm much bigger than you are. I'll hurt you badly.
So, I'm going to take teaching scholarship.
Wait, how did he start? He'd lie down on the floor.
He used to lie down for his hands behind his head and ponder. go in his bedroom, lay full length in his bedroom, and lay there, pondering. No, I wouldn't disturb him for the world. He used to solve all his problems like that. If he had a problem, he'd lay down on the floor. Always laid on the floor to sort them out. He could have laid on his bed, but he didn't, he laid on the floor. And it's just a habit he had. He still does lay on the floor a lot, doesn't he? Lay on the floor, he still lays on the floor a lot. And when he got up, he said, I've made up my mind what I'm going to do. I thought, good. He said, I'm going to take teaching scholarship. My heart sank. I said, well, if that's what you want to do it. But I didn't want him to. He did it. I think
He's
it's
a very successful teacher.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Very successful.
it's a people don't really appreciate.
Well, I mean,
teachers.
it's. I mean, the job is difficult twofold because you don't get a lot of pay, and people don't appreciate
No, they
appreciate
don't.
it.
They don't.
But
But
he's dedicated to teaching.
Yeah, very.
He really loves teaching.
Yeah, he does.
It's not a very good
He
job.
curses it and grumbles, but he really loves teaching.
Yeah.
Can't help himself.
It's fine.
Yes, a long service leave next year. He's coming again.
Oh, he's gonna come here again?
Yes, he's going to do England, America and home, like that. Around the world trip is cheap if you book that way. So he's got a lot of friends in London. Teachers, of course.
you sound bitter about teachers.
I am.
What did you think about school? Did you like it?
Did I like school? Oh, I had a queer education, not like you lot.
Why was it so queer?
Well, we were away. We were in an orphanage. Well, not an orphanage because we weren't orphaned.
The important component.
We were brought up in a school for the fatherless children of poor but respectable parentage. 4 of us. 2 brothers went. They were there before
A
Gladys.
school for children of
The
poor but respectable
an
parents.
endowed school for the fatherless children of poor but respectable parentage.
Fatherless.
Father. It was after the war, First World War,
Okay.
you see, and there were a lot of fatherless children, as you could imagine, after the First World War.
Yeah.
And there was no pensions, you know.
No,
We were very poor those days. And my mother was left with 10 of us. So that's what we learned. So I really don't know about teachers, and I don't know what ordinary school is about. We lived there. We ate there. We slept there. We went home twice a year for holidays. So I really didn't have much. And our teachers were old women then. When we were there, we were 70 before they retired, so you can imagine what we were brought up by. We were Victorian little misses, we were. We were real Victorian little old women when we left school. We had no idea what life was about. When we started work for the first, I thought my mother's house were mine, sending me to work. I thought I was going to marry a duke or something. I really did. Oh, we were horrified when she sent us to work. Oh, we didn't even have to work. That wasn't what we were taught in school at all. We were always taught to behave ourselves in a manner that became a lady.
Where did these go?
Always. Everything we did. Now that wasn't ladylike.
She bring them down to show you.
Quite fantastic. We had a very weird upbringing. We really did.
You turned out pretty strange.
But what do you expect? We did. He says we're strange, Daddy's. He said we're strange.
We're strange.
Yes. We had a strange upbringing, didn't we?
We're strange.
Yes.
Why are we strange?
We're different from normal people.
You're very Victorian.
Very Victorian. you must behave yourself in a manner. We were allowed to keep a box, a wooden box. Each child had a wooden box on the shelf in the playroom that you kept your private things in, your dolls and your little knickknacks your kids collect, you know. And periodically kids would take in their heads and take these boxes off the shelf and you'd clean them out and brush them out and make them all tidy again. And I did mine one night. I would be about 12 at the time. I'd clean the box out and I'd put the dirt on the shovel. You see, we didn't have dustpans with the shovel. And I was all ready. And the headmistress was...
James.
So she was sitting by the fire, right, reading and messing around. And I came up, and I just said, excuse me, ma'am. And I shoved the dirt, threw the dirt on the fire. And she said, put the shovel away, Lillian, and come back and see me. So I put the shovel back along. What did I do that was wrong then? I couldn't think what I might have done. So she said, sit here. And I sat back. Now she said, you're a lady sitting in your living room. And she said, the maid comes in with some dirt on the stool. She said, what would you say? She threw it in the fire in front of you. That's what she told me off for. Because I'd thrown the dirt in the fire in front of her. What would you do if you were a lady in your sitting room and you were sitting there and the maid come through dirt on the fire? So now that's why I'm queer.
What did you say?
Oh, I said I would be horrified. At the time, I thought, oh, it would be an awful thing for her to do. Well, she said, that's just exactly what you've done, isn't it, Lillian? Oh, I said, yes, it is. She said, don't do that again. I said, where a lady behaves, you must behave yourself in a manner that becomes a lady. And that was what we were taught all our lives. Yeah.
So what do you think now?
Eh?
What do you think now? When someone checks some dirt in the fireplace.
Oh, black her eyes if she did it now. They were funny. Real pair of old funny judges. One of them we called Ma'am. We never called any else. The headmistress was always Ma'am. And the other one was Miss Headland. She was a horrible bitch. Oh, she was a bitch. She used to walk up and down the dormitory at night while we were saying our prayers. We all had to kneel at the side of the bed and say your prayers. And she would walk up and down the dormitory in just in socks, waiting to give you a bang on the back of your head to open your eyes or something.
Tony, you coming?
Oh, what time does the movie start?
Starting now.
Oh, really?
Off you go then.
Okay.
Good night.